actually the same day, if you watched the video before, that I made baked beans. Same day, doing a lot of cooking today. Thought I would split it up to a few different recipes. We're going to be making potato salad. Again, it's the potato salad I like. It's what I grew up eating, the way my mother always made it. I do love my mother-in-law's potato salad also. However, I have not perfected how to do that. So if I want that potato salad, I actually just ask her to make it for us. So potato salad, a lot of you are going to say right away, oh no, peeling potatoes. Yes, having arthritis in my hands prevents me from wanting to peel vegetables, especially potatoes, because it is very painful. I have a few different peelers that I'm going to show you. Please, if you have some tips of how you do this, or it makes it easier for you to do, share in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. So I'll show you now what I have. First of all, like I said before, I'm in Canada, Maritime provinces, so I'm going to be using some good old PEI potatoes. I've already gone ahead and peeled a couple, but I do have a few different options here of peelers. Some are easier to hold, like this one. It has a nice wide handle on it, and you can peel directly away from you. This one I can put a finger through and peel the potato peelings off that way. This one, of course, I find it more difficult. Even though it's wide, it's skinny, and it is harder to peel with, I find, but it all depends on the pain level and how my joints are feeling that day. So as I was peeling with this one earlier, it does have a nice grip on it, so I do like it for that purpose. And I'm kind of peeling the potato away from me, but I notice that as I'm doing that, I'm getting some pain and tension up in my elbow. So, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, something as simple as peeling a potato can cause some people a great amount of discomfort and pain. And that's why I like to share this story with you. Beginning this YouTube channel is, you know, there may be modifications or tricks that people are using to make their lives a whole lot easier that could benefit someone else. So that's kind of that one. In the hand, I don't get a lot of pain in my fingers. It's mostly deformity that happened before some of the disease-stopping medications were available. So these fingers actually started looking like that when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And so a lot of it is not active inflammation, arthritis, it's joint damage that's already happened, but it just makes it awkward and uncomfortable to do certain things. So that's using that one there. This one is actually quite comfortable. You don't have to hang on to it or grip it at all, which is quite nice, besides, you know, guiding it along your vegetable. So you kind of just hold the potato and you run, whoops, see, there we go, run the peeler along. It's more just the repetitive motion in my elbow that I feel now as opposed to the pain. So I'm assuming having grip and pushing at the same time causes pain in the elbow, because I don't really seem to get that with this peeler. So, I mean, it works pretty good. I use a peeler because the normal paring knife is the handle's normally very small, hard for me to grip, and to grip the potato and push at the same time. It's very awkward and painful, and I feel increases my risk of injury of cutting myself than it does, you know, than to just get a peeler out and do it that way. And so then the last one is one kind of shaped like this. Kind of a similar thing where you can pull down. I do find you can see that it is an awkward grip I have to have on it. It's not causing me a lot of pain, but it doesn't feel like I have that great of a grip on the handle because the handle is slim. See, it just doesn't seem to work for me. Maybe it works for others. Maybe there's a trick to it. Maybe I'm not holding it properly. Maybe there's a better way to be holding this peeler. I'm not sure. Either way, they're all getting the job done. I'm not in a huge amount of pain. If I would have had 20 pounds of potatoes here to peel, that would be a different story. As I'm standing here, my legs are starting to hurt. My feet are sore. So if I'm going to be standing in the kitchen for any length of time doing something like this, I would get a stool to sit on to take the pressure off of my legs. There. So I've got like 7 small potatoes. You can see them here. To do potato salad, I don't want to have a huge amount of leftovers. Just a little potato salad that we're going to have with our beans. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on to boil. Once they're ready, I mean, it's going to be the same texture as a mashed potato because this is a mashed potato. This is a mashed potato salad. It's not chunked up into cubes. So I'll go ahead and do that. And once the potatoes are ready to be mashed, then we'll come back and do up the sauce and go from there. I do use boiled egg in the potato salad as well, so I am going to go ahead and put a few eggs on the stove to boil so that they're ready about the same time as the potatoes. Here are my boiled potatoes ready for the potato salad. Of course, here we are, a heavy, hot pot that needs to be drained. If you have the ability to drain them, go ahead. The cover, a lot of people would drain them like this and hold on to the handle and drain holding this. I don't have the strength or the mobility to be able to take the water off the potatoes like that. So I would normally take a large colander, strainer, whatever you want to call it, set it in the sink and dump the pot into that. That still can be a little tricky for some people who don't have even as much strength as I do. I would recommend one of these. Again, it is a larger handled spoon, silicone, good for gripping, and you can just scoop the potatoes out like that and put them into whatever bowl you're going to be using to mash, which comes to another point of, can you mash with a hand masher? Do you use a blender? When I have help of somebody, I normally let someone else take the water off the potatoes and mash the potatoes. I am going to do this myself today, so I will be transferring the potatoes over to a bowl so that I can use my stand mixer to blend the potatoes up myself. So I'm going to just transfer these potatoes here into my larger pot, and then I'll dump the hot water down the sink. I'm trying not to burn myself or cause any extra joint strain than I need. The recipe for this potato salad is actually pretty easy. The eggs are still, they just started to boil a few minutes ago, so we'll let them go while we mash up these potatoes and get the sauce going. So here they are, one little guy left. There we go. So they're all transported over into the large bowl for my KitchenAid. There's the mess of my kitchen. How easy that is to mash your potatoes. No strain on the joints at all. Whip them right up. No clumps. Gonna be a perfect potato salad. Here we are. I'm just a little bit crowded in here. I don't exactly have a measurement recipe for this potato salad. I'm showing you what's in it. Basically, it's an eyeball and a taste to see if you like it or not. To stir the ingredients for the sauce for the potato salad, I've chosen to use a whisk with a large handle. Again, one of my silicone products, and it's a nice fit for my hand because I can't make a fist with the right hand, which is my dominant hand. So what's going to go in this sauce is some milk and mayonnaise, salad dressing. For this one I have like a Miracle Whip. Anything you have I'm sure would work fine. Sugar and some yellow mustard. I did forget to add salt to my potatoes, so I'm gonna just dump a little bit of salt in with the potatoes. We're gonna mix up the sauce in this bowl first, and we'll just slowly add it to the potatoes in the mixer and mix them up together until we get a consistency that we like. We don't want the potatoes to be too soupy, and we don't want them to be too dry either. So I didn't add milk to the mashed potatoes in the original pot. So I'm going to put quite a bit in there now. And I actually need a spoon. Put some of the salad dressing in. It's quite a heap of mayonnaise there. And we'll give a couple of little squirts of the mustard. And some sugar. And I'm just going to give that a stir. See how I'm hanging on to the whisk. May not be how most of you do it. This is how I can do it. This is very awkward for me. My shoulder, that's basically as high as my shoulder will raise. So this will cause a lot of discomfort and awkwardness. So I go this way to protect the shoulder. You do it whatever way is going to cause you less pain to get the job done. So I'm stirring and whisking this enough that I don't hear or feel the granules of the sugar. You want everything to be combined and dissolved without you want your sauce to be smooth. So I'll give you a show here what this looks like. So there's the sauce. See, it's, you know, it's not super thick. It's not super runny. It's nice and creamy. I'm gonna add some of this to the potatoes and stir it up with the KitchenAid and see how much of the sauce we're gonna use, and maybe we need to make a little bit more. That is looking pretty good. I'm thinking that maybe I would like to add a little bit more to keep those potatoes nice and moist. So I'm going to put a little bit more sauce in there and give it a quick stir. The potatoes I've added a little bit more sauce. You can see there that the potatoes look really moist. I'm going to leave it at that. So I only had a little tiny bit of that sauce left, which I'll probably spread on top of the potato salad. So the steps now would be to transfer the potato salad into your serving bowl. Maybe put a little bit of the remaining sauce on the top and cut up your boiled egg and lay it on the top of the bowl with some paprika. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few of those steps and we'll be right back. Here's the finished product of our potato salad. So I transferred the mashed potato salad with the sauce from the mixing bowl over to a plastic bowl that has a cover so I can get it in the fridge to cool off before supper. That's 3 boiled eggs sliced up to put on top, and I just sprinkled a little bit of paprika on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that up and put it in the fridge to cool off.